Good morning. I'm Jennifer Bellinger, proud principal at Oak Ridge High School.
Great. So how long have you worked at OCPS?
I've been employed with Orange County Public Schools for 19 years.
Have you always wanted to work with children?
I think so. I started at the age of 14 babysitting, and I have worked at a daycare, and so most of my jobs have been working with children.
How does it feel to come back to Oak Ridge as a principal?
It's probably, right now, probably one of the best things that I could say that has happened for me. You have dreams, and while to some it may be small, but Oak Ridge was always a good place for me, and it was always something that I dreamed of coming back to be the principal.
So what is your mission for the school year?
So my mission for the school year is to make sure academically we improve in all academic areas. I also want to make sure that we continue to increase our graduation rate and make sure that we have more students getting into college but staying and also becoming graduates and getting back out into the workforce.
Okay, what is your best advice you can give to a student?
My best advice would be to study hard, to make sure they're always doing their best, that if they need help, that they ask for help, and that they use the adults on this campus as an advocate to support them in the things that they're trying to accomplish.
Okay, what is one accomplishment you are most proud of?
One accomplishment I could say I'm most proud of, being the first in my family out of my sisters and brothers to go to college and graduate was a big accomplishment for me. I had 5 sisters behind me who they watched me go to college and work hard, and I always wanted to make sure that they had someone to look up to. And so when I look at some of the things that my students here deal with, I can always be a support and be a positive person for them to talk to, because I've gone through some of the same things that students go through.
Okay, so 1 year from now, you're coming home on a Friday afternoon or evening, and you think about this job at Oak Ridge you have accepted. So how would you feel? Like, would you feel really proud of yourself that you lasted and impacted?
I am proud each and every day that I'm given to wake up on this earth and I can come to work, because I know every day I'm touching someone's life, whether it's through a conversation, through a smile, through something that I'm doing. I'm always striving to touch the lives of the people around me. So this is something that I've wanted, and as long as I'm given the opportunity to be here, I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be proud that I was given the chance to come back and be the principal.
What is one thing you would like to improve in Oak Ridge besides, academics and grades?
I want to make sure that the students understand why we have certain rules and procedures in place. Sometimes I know the students coming back this year, like, everything's changed, and why? And it's not that it's a change for the better, because I always feel like we must have structure. There must be systems put in place, because when you have order and when you have structure, that helps you not just now, but in the future, because your life can then be structured and be organized.
Okay, so if you can describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Passionate. I can be intense, but at the same time, I also care about the people who are around me.
Okay, did you ever have a teacher in school that impacted you the most?
I've had several, but I'll say the one, not just a teacher, I would say a dean that I had in high school, who was a former principal here at Oak Ridge. And why she was so just an inspiration in my life, because in high school when we were going through transition, she was always a big supporter for me and my sister. There were a lot of things that we didn't have, in our family because our family struggled, but she was always there for us to support us when we needed someone to talk to, or we needed things. She was always there to support us, and I never heard a negative word, spoken about the students in the school, and she was always an advocate for us.
Okay, so what would set you apart from all the past Oak Ridge principals?
There have been great principals here at Oak Ridge High School, and so I think what separates me from the rest is that I have a passion I don't know, that's a good question. But I would say, for me, I think it's just a matter of me wanting to make sure that whatever I do is in the best interest of students, that I also build positive relationships with my teachers, that everyone that's connected to the school, that they have a sense of purpose, and that I make them feel like they're welcome and that they are a part of the school. And that's not to say that all the other principals haven't done that, but I think that's what sets me apart.
Okay. So, has a student ever impacted you in, not in a, positive, but, impacted you where you wanted to do change?
Students impact me every day. When I first started teaching, I started teaching at a middle school 19 years ago. And from that first day to now, I appreciate being a teacher. I appreciate being an educator because the students, each and every day, they brought me joy. They brought laughter. There's always going to be some days like, okay, everything seems to be going wrong. But at the end of the day, I love what I do. I love my students, and students just being here, that's important, and they impact me on a daily basis.
Are you more of a stay in your office or you're a busybody?
I'm a busybody. I'm a busybody. I'm everywhere, okay?
You can't sit still.
I can't sit still. No. I'm all over the place. And so that's something that I like getting involved. I like activities. I like sports. I like being in the classroom. I just yes, I'm very busy.
What is your favorite sports on campus?
My favorites, and I know, yes, I have to love all sports, but I think my favorites are basketball and football, but I love all of them, and I will be visiting all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tennis.
Tennis, okay, I got it. Swimming, I got it, all of them, okay?
Okay. What is the best learning environment you can say from the 19 years that kids done best in?
Where you're talking about a school or the environment. I think for students to learn, the atmosphere must be structured. It must be loving. You have to have people around students who care, who understand, who are going to challenge them and make sure they don't allow them to make excuses. And so when you have the structure there, you have the systems, you have people that care and who want to be there to help them, I think students can thrive in that type of environment.
Okay, this next question is for the people who are their policies, the lockouts. What do you have to say about the lockouts?
Okay, so I know this year we came the cell phone policy that was created by the district. Yes, and I know we are a little bit tough, and the lockouts, but one of the things that was before I came was that students stayed out of class. Students didn't feel the sense of urgency to get to class, which means we're losing instructional time. I know it's important for students to be in class because we need every minute that we can get to make sure that we stay on track as a school. So it's not meant to hurt, it's just meant to create a sense of urgency. Structure is there, order is there, because I know that students can do it because now you see students getting to class. And now teachers have time to teach and students can learn because they're in class and not spending most of their time in the hallway.
Will lockouts ever
Will we calm down a little bit? Maybe when everyone is in class. When everyone is in class, maybe we won't sign detentions every day. Maybe we'll have random lockouts, and but we just have to see.
Those scared me. The random lockouts used to scare me.
Yes.
Okay. What else? The grade policy, the late birth grading policy. Every 4 weeks they lock, so you have no chance to finish your makeup work. What,
So let's talk about that. What I feel each and every day a student should come to work prepared and ready to work. There are times when you may miss an assignment and you need time to make it up. But you shouldn't always expect that if I didn't do any work in the first week, when it's week 9, a teacher needs to go all the way back to week 1 to let me make up the work. If I have within a 4-week period to make up those assignments, then that I can make them up within that time. And so I look at it as a block of time where you can make up those assignments, and if you don't, there shouldn't be a reason why you can't make up those assignments. You don't need the entire 9 weeks to make. So what it creates a sense of urgency. It's making sure that people stay on top of what they need to do, structure, and it's also making sure that we aren't creating students who feel like I can just do whatever, I don't have to work that hard, and then at the end of the 9 weeks, you're going to let me make up all of the assignments. That's not fair to the teachers, and it's also not fair to the students who do all of their work.